Describe your creative process. My creative process begins with research. First, I will research the project and find the ambiance or the message for the animation. And this might include interviewing the client, or it could also be finding other creative projects that are similar to this one and seeing what people liked or disliked about those. Then I'll move on to taking that information and building a storyboard or visual reference for it. At this stage, I make sure that all the key points are represented visually in this storyboard. I'll move on from there to create video references for the animation itself. I might record my own references if it's an action that I can take, or I will find video reference that is most similar to what I'm trying to achieve. And moving from there, I will take the project into an animation software and begin animating. And this varies depending on the project or what the client wants, because if they want some more realistic animation, I would take that into something like Adobe Animate, where I can use onion skinning and go frame by frame to make sure the animation is as fluid and realistic as possible. Or if they want something more stylized, I take the animation into Adobe After Effects, where I can use all of the various effects in the program to build motions that are more stylized and interact more with the character animations. How do I incorporate feedback into my animations? Well, when I receive feedback, I first make sure that I fully understand it and how it relates to my work. Sometimes I'll ask for clarification, or I'll reiterate it in my own words to make sure that I'm on the same page as the person giving the feedback. Then I'll take their critiques and I'll turn those into actionables for myself. For example, if someone says that character's action should look heavier, I will translate that into bend the knees more, speed up the timing, add more follow through. So those are some actionables I would create for myself based on that critique. And if it's something like simple feedback where something just looks off, I will take that part of the animation that person said looks off, and I'll scrub through it on the timeline and go frame by frame to see what part is fluid, or if there's anything that's a little jagged or the curves are off. Those are the things that I would look for based off of that feedback. What companies or brands do you admire, and how do they influence your work? I admire companies like StoryCorps for their dedication to sharing unique experiences. I believe that animation is the strongest way to connect with your audience. So these companies using the animation format to amplify some overlooked voices will build a more inclusive community. While working at Limitless Solutions, another nonprofit that's focused on inclusivity, I was animating a training game for kids to use while practicing using their prosthetic arms. And knowing this made me more motivated to make games, animations that look fun and feel fun inside the game. The process is a lot smoother when you know the final product is something that will make a difference for someone.